Here's something shocking. Afghanistan is one of the only countries in the world that has never had a national census. Not once, which means every time someone tells you which ethnic group is the majority, they're making it up. The first real attempt in Afghanistan came in the 1970s when the government set up the Central Statistics Office in 1973, and by 1975, with UN backing, a census project was underway. Afghanistan was mapped into 10,000 areas and thousands of staff were trained. The process had just begun and some data was collected when on 13th of June 1979, the communist president Nur Muhammad Taraki went on radio and television to ban the ethnicity question, reportedly because he feared that an accurate ethnic breakdown might challenge the official claim that Pashtuns constituted the majority in Afghanistan. Ultimately, the census attempt had to be abandoned, and in places like Badghis province, all the forms were burned, and across the country, around 80 census workers were killed. Fast forward, after NATO went into Afghanistan, the 2001 Bonn Agreement even called on the UN to help hold a census by 2008, but that too was cancelled. A census official in Paktia province had actually been killed by insurgents. And let's be real, leaders in Afghanistan had every opportunity to carry out a national census between 2001 and 2021 under NATO, when trillions in aid was being flooded into the country and hundreds of thousands of NGOs were operating across the country, moving around fairly easily. But they didn't, and instead, Karzai and Ghani administrations stood in the way each time it was raised. It is said that under President Karzai, officials blocked a proposed census for political reasons, namely a fear of disrupting the ethnic traditions. But here's the deeper truth. Afghanistan's rulers never really wanted a census. As Professor Thomas Barfield points out, historically from the 19th century to today, governments have always claimed that Pashtuns are the absolute majority without proof, and later regimes inherited that myth. Keeping the numbers fuzzy became a political strategy. In the 2010s, Abdur Rahman Ghafouri, head of the Central Statistics Office, actually admitted that bitter ethnic politics meant the politicians rejected data that showed that their group was smaller than they wanted. And because no census was ever completed, that claim was never tested against reality.